17. Phantoms. "She planned it down to the last detail," said D.S. Edwards. It was the 20th November, just 1 week after Frank Renfield's acquittal. Lord Renfield was the talk of the town and something of a local hero. He had faced a suicide and a murder in his own home, and had then been accused of murder himself. The Oldshire Gazette had brought out a special edition with Frank's portrait and a chronicle of his life. Half a page was devoted to Patrick Gorman and the dramatic evidence that he had given to prove Lord Renfield's innocence. Frank's story had been interwoven with an article on the coming marriage of Mr. Carl Langer and the Honourable Miss Jessica Renfield in Oldminster Cathedral. Originally planned for the end of November, it had been rescheduled for 9th December. At Jubilee House, though, D.S. Edwards and D.I. French were engaged in a much grimmer business than celebrating a local hero and his daughter's forthcoming marriage. D.S. Edwards had never accepted Superintendent Philpott's assertion that Alan Lavender had been murdered by Colin MacDonald. He was now outlining his own theory, which he presented to D.I. French as fact. "Sir," Edwards continued, "I've put together a sort of timeline concerning Lady Renfield's doings on the night of the party. At about 7:30 she admitted Alan Lavender to Renfield Hall at what's called the garden entrance. Nobody saw her do so, but that's what must have happened, as a short time later she was seen by a witness, whom I later interviewed, locked in a passionate embrace with Lavender in a pantry adjoining the kitchen." D.I. French uttered a little sound of disgust, but said nothing. "There was more to it than that, sir," said D.S. Edwards. "Jean's nephew, a young artist called Jerry Carter, actually witnessed Lady Renfield and Alan Lavender having sex together. He told his aunt, who then told me. They had some choice names for people like her in Victorian times," said French. "What was it they would have called her? An abandoned woman? She's certainly that. Yes, sir, Alan Lavender was wearing evening dress," D.S. Edwards continued, "so he would have blended in very well with the other male guests. He liked to give the impression that he was a scruffy,